Look, the moment I got rich was the moment I actually started killing the self-doubt that was in my mind, right? Limiting beliefs is the one thing that is holding you back from your dream life, right? That 20, 30K a month is literally, it all comes down to just your mindset and what you believe you're able to achieve. I used to be stuck at that 9 to 5 mindset, right? Getting a job, being stable, and having that type of lifestyle. But in order to actually attract abundance, in order to actually make freedom with your life, you need to already believe that you're there. And it all comes down to your mind, right? All the things that you were programmed to believe in, it doesn't have to be like that. When you were born, you were taught to get a high paying job. You were taught to get a high paying job. And that was the only way out. Good education, you had to become a professional athlete, or you needed to start becoming an artist. Like all these things, it's like if you don't go that route, there's no way you're gonna be successful. And that's what I was taught growing up. And the truth was that I didn't need to do that. I just had to shift the way my mind thought about certain things, right? I used to think that 100K was a lot. Now it's just like, it's just a number. It's something that could be achieved. 100K is what? You sell something 20 times for 5K. That's already 100,000. So if you actually think that making 100K is a lot, it's going to be a lot. If you think making $1 million a month is a lot, it's going to be a lot. Your only limit is up to you. It's a variable that you can literally change. Anything that you can achieve in a life is a variable that you can actually physically change within yourself. And it all comes through the mind. I'm going to break you guys down a little story I heard, and it makes completely sense as to why everybody is born to be successful. Right? We're all born to be abundant. We're all born to be wealthy. We're not supposed to be living in a state of poverty. We're not supposed to be living in a state of struggle. So I want you to picture this. Close your eyes and listen to this, right? Now, when God created fish, it didn't have to take swimming lessons to learn how to swim, because the swim was already in the fish. When God created birds, it didn't have to take flight school, because the flight was already in the bird. You see what I'm saying? When God created a seed, the seed didn't have to take gardening lessons to become a tree, because the tree was built in the seed, because that is the way God is designed it to be. That is the way God has intended the tree to be. So when God created a human, what do you think God has built us to do, right? We are made in God's design. We are made in God's image. What is God? God is a source of abundance. God is a source of wealth. God is a source of beauty. There's two sides on the spectrum. There's living in God's design, and then the opposite of that, which is, I don't want to get too spiritual, but when you're not living, if you're not living in God's design, then you're living for the world, which is the opposite of that. And what does that look like, right? Poverty, struggle, and everything that resides on this side. On the other side is God, right? You got love, you got peace, you got happiness, you got abundance. You see what I'm saying? So if we are made in His image, how do you think we're supposed to be living, right? We shouldn't be living in the mindset of fear all the time. And that's what keeps a lot of people stuck. That's what keeps people trapped. And the moment I realized that the only way to get to success is through God, is when success and abundance started just coming to me, because I realized that everything is from God, right? Everything. There's no other way around it. You need to start locking in with the Word, with the Bible, because that's the exact instruction book guide on how to become the best human that you can possibly be. Now, I'm not here to preach about religion, this and that, because I know it can get very controversial. But me, I'm a Christian. I was born again. And ever since I've decided to devote my life to God, the moment I decided to say, I don't know how I'm going to make this amount. I don't know how I'm going to blow up my personal brand. I don't know how I'm going to do this, but I'm going to rely everything on you. The moment I literally devoted that and prayed that to God, my life just changed, right? My personal brand started going up. I started just like wealth just started coming in, money started coming in, checks started coming in, brand deals started coming in, like everything literally starts falling into place when you start living in God's design. When I ask people like, yo, like, do you think you can actually achieve your dream life? And 9 times out of 10, everybody's just like, I don't even think, like, I don't know how, like, I don't think it's possible because of this. this excuse, this excuse, this excuse, this excuse, right? It's always some type of excuse as to why they cannot be where they want to be. But the moment you take out the factor of the excuse and you get to the root cause, that root problem, it really just comes down to what you believe in yourself, right? How you actually see you. If you look at yourself right now, you look in the mirror. The reason why you are where you really are right now is a depiction of all the decisions you made in your past. You see what I'm saying? So if you are a man of your word, if you're a man of discipline, if you're a man who actually is a man of God, you will see abundance. You will see your eyes start to glow, your skin starts to look good, right? You're looking healthy, you're fit, you're in shape, right? You're living in God's design, right? But when you're living on the opposite of that, right? When you're living in laziness, you're living in fear, you're living in stress, you'll see it, right? Because it all is everything that is in an external factor of your life, it all comes down to your internal world. How you see yourself, how you believe in yourself, how you treat yourself, right? So if you're living in that state, which is fear, laziness, stress, you'll see it. Skin starts to break out, right? You'll start losing hair. Your hair starts thinning. You get sick. You're overweight, right? So to really start achieving success, to really start attracting success in your life, you need to start with your own mind, your limiting beliefs, your belief system, and what you believe that you can or cannot do. In the book of a law of attraction, in the book of The Secret, it says, if you believe you can do it, you can. If you believe you can't do it, you can't. Right? It all comes down to the decision of which one you want to put your energy into. Are you feeding what you're feeding will end up growing, right? The energy that you put things into will end up growing. If you put energy into becoming a man of God, if you put energy into becoming a man of your word, that will continue to grow and become disciplined, right? But if you put your energy into other things other than God's design, you will start to literally see your life go downhill. When I strayed away from God, when I started living with the world, everything started going downhill. I lost a job, right? I'm personally, I don't really think that losing the job was because I started straying away from God. I think it was actually, I really think that was just what was supposed to happen because of where I was trying to be and where I was trying to go. But things went downhill the moment I started straying away from God. So with that being said, if you want to start attracting your dream life and redirecting where you want to be, you say you want to be successful, you say you want to take care of your family, you say you want to be this person that is living your dream life, and it all comes down to your mind, right? And shifting the way you think about everything. So if you think you're being stopped and you need somebody that could get you to where you want to be, that is living the life that you are currently wanting to live, you need to take accountability and you need to start taking the actual guidance. Now, what I do is I help people grow their own personal brands and start living a life of freedom through that brand. So if you guys want to work one-on-one with me, I will be leaving a link in my description, and it's totally up to you if you want to do that. But as a man that wants to, change people's lives, I genuinely think that this will be the best decision that you will ever make, right? Because I was once there and I want to see others get out of that rut, get out of that situation. But with that being said, if you guys like videos like this, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, comment down below what other videos you guys want to see. This is more so like a mindset, like kind of breaking your beliefs type of video. But I will see you guys in the next one. Love y'all. Keep God first, and I'm out.